I'm really satisfied with Taiwan. Like, I fell in love with this place since day one. I think that German and Taiwanese culture specifically are like...
I have lots of German friends, and you never have to guess what they're thinking. They're going to be like,
my
Nine.
private...
Yes.
kind
yes,
of.
I love
I
it.
don't want to associate my private life with work.
I don't want to hang out with you after work, basically, yeah?
I double communicate directly. And I had like this kind of issue with a friend of mine who doesn't want to be friends with me anymore.
I have Lisa. I don't know how to pronounce your last name. I forgot to ask you. Yes.
It's actually really tricky because it's a
Yeah.
Russian name, right?
Oh.
If you want it like Russian,
Hey,
you would
let's have it.
pronounce it like with an A, like it's Yershova. In Germany, we are not allowed to have like several names. In Germany, it will be like two different names, so you can call me like Yershov, Ershov, Ershov.
So I got to start with, obviously everybody wants to know what brought you to Taiwan.
I started studying language and business administration and Chinese in Germany. It was like 2.5 years ago. When I started, it was clear in the program we have to go to a Chinese speaking area. No matter if it's like China or Taiwan, obviously there are not many options there.
Sure.
But basically I'm here mainly for studying Chinese.
I have lots of German friends, and you never have to guess what they're thinking. They're going to be like, boom, you got fat. Boom, you got this. Boom, this sucks.
We are straightforward. I'm really satisfied with Taiwan. Like, I fell in love with this place since day one. Basically, I speak two main languages, which are my native languages or my mother tongues, which is Russian and German. So I grew up bilingual. And I have been studying English since a very young age. So
Okay.
basically, we start with English in Germany usually since primary school.
Do you ever wish you had a time machine so you could go back in time and buy up all those tech stocks before they blew up? Well, unfortunately, time travel hasn't been invented yet. We're waiting on you, Elon. But I want to introduce you to the next best thing. Introducing LevelFields.ai. LevelFields.ai uses cutting-edge AI to analyze millions of global financial events, uncovering patterns that often impact stock prices. Whether you're an options trader or a swing trader, LevelFields.ai simplifies the process by showing historical trends and helping you predict what's next. Take the guesswork out of investing. Save time, save money, and transform your trading game in 2025. Visit LevelFields.ai now to start trading smarter.
So you speaking more languages, when you learn Chinese, did they help you at all?
Well, I think it's a really interesting question.
Yeah.
It depends, I think, what kind of languages you can speak. For example, like, obviously when I speak German, for me it's way more easier to learn English because we have the same alphabet, we have kind of same structure, grammar, words. But Chinese, I think it's just a different universe, if I can put it like that.
Yeah.
I often refer the Chinese grammar to Russian one. I don't know why.
Okay.
It's kind of intuitive, I would say. But I often consider it like more being linked to Russian than to German.
Okay.
For example, we have the sh sounds, which are also very prevailing in Russian. So I think that's why the connection comes. So I never had problem with the Chinese R, which is basically like run.
Yeah. Some people would say you have a different personality in each language. So what do you think about that?
I grew up with two languages. I wouldn't say I have different personalities when I speak different languages, even like English or Chinese. My tone of voice it changed. Like my deepest voice, I think it's in Russian, and my highest in Chinese.
Okay.
And the way I think I put words, like the level of directness changed. Because in Russian we have words or maybe phrases which we consider as normal.
Yeah.
But in other languages could be too direct or too offensive. Even in German, every time you learn a new language, you enter a new world, you find maybe words for concepts you never had words for. I think that German and Taiwanese culture specifically are like similar because I think we are very precisely, especially in the engineering field, we are very precisely in our work.
Okay.
If you want to be the best in your field, you have to give everything to it.
Yeah.
So I think in this case we are similar, but I think German people that we feel there's lack of work-life balance,
Okay.
which is here not prevailing. Here still you have to give everything, especially if it's like a big company like TSMC. You feel very honored to be there.
Yeah.
Because you combine it with your duty and
Yeah.
you combine it with your service for this country, this society. In Germany, we strictly, I think, separate my work and my duty from my free time.
Okay.
Way more team buildings here in Taiwan than in Germany. Like
Okay.
after work, we can go spontaneous for dinner.
Okay.
We can go for cinema, right? And in Germany, I think everything's already planned. Like,
Okay.
oh, I have already plans after work. I don't want my
Nine.
private
Yes.
kind
yes,
of.
I love it.
don't want to associate my private life with work.
I don't want to hang out with you after work, basically. Yeah, that's funny.
Yeah, because I think we consider work as something not pleasant.
Okay, okay.
And work is something which is you have to do it. And it's kind of, okay, and in my free time, I spend time I love doing.
So was there any kind of difficulties for you coming here and adapting to Taiwan?
Well, yes, I had a lot of issues regarding communication styles.
Okay.
Because of the fact that I'm both Russian and German,
Oh, yeah.
like I double communicate directly. And I had like this kind of issue with a friend of mine who doesn't want to be friends with me.
I love it. I love it.
But I just wanted to mention that I reflected on it with my friend, like my German friend, and I asked her about it, like, is it, what do you think, like, how this ended up, the situation, like, why, what was the reason? And she said, yeah, I think, like, it's a lot of mixture there, but, you know, you're sometimes really straightforward, like, really straightforward.
Extreme German,
yeah,
extreme
and I
Russian
think,
German.
like, people can perceive it as not always the right way if they don't know you well enough. I'm a big fan of telling the truth.
Yeah.
And I'm a big fan of like not lying into your face saying, oh yeah, everything is good. And I think like I'm sometimes too pushy on that, so people are offended or maybe disappointed, but I'm like, oh yeah, but I'm just trying to like solve the problem.
Yeah.
This Russian means
Yes.
straightforward.
Do it. This is shit. Change it.
Yeah, so my grandma, she's 72, right? So she was working her whole life as a teacher, and she's still working as a German teacher, like teaching many immigrants and people who come to Germany, who want like to build a life in Germany.
Nice.
She speaks Russian, English, and German. I grew up in a Russian environment in Germany, but she grew up actually in a German village in Russia. So we kind
Oh,
of
wow.
twisted. She loved Taiwan.
Yeah.
She loved this place particularly. She draw many similarities to Russia.
Okay.
Which was really surprisingly to me because she was like, oh yeah, they also have dumplings. We also have dumplings. Oh yeah, this kind of doll we also have, right? So she
Okay.
was like, I think she was also not that surprised. She was really, really amazed by Taiwan, but it
Yeah.
also was something familiar for her. Many Taiwanese people, I think they are really shy also.
Very shy. Yeah.
And it's really hard to make friends with them. Like you always have to reach out. And there are, of course, also some people who define themselves through friends. Like when they say, oh yeah, like I have a lot of foreign friends, like I feel cool. So you need to pay attention also to that.
Yeah.
I think if I would come here for only a half year, I wouldn't be able to feel integrated, or at least to be in the near or the proximity of feeling integrated. I think it really takes time. It takes some good friends.
Sure.
What I also noticed is that Taiwanese people who are actually kind of westernized a bit, like who went abroad for studying,
Yeah.
or who have a lot to do with foreigners, they kind of understand the way of thinking
Yeah.
of Western people or
Yeah.
people in general who are like not from this country, and it's easier to also bundle with
Yeah.
them or connect with them. instead of people who maybe never left Taiwan. It's hard in both cultures, to be honest.
Yeah, I would imagine, yeah.
I know Taiwanese people and people from Asia in general who came for studying to my university and they had a really hard time to make friends.
Yeah.
It also depends where you are, right? I think like if you are in a small town like mine in Saxony, it's more harder than maybe in Berlin or Munich, where are a lot of foreigners. Like bars is like a really good option, at least in Taiwan.
Yeah.
Revolver, for example.
Everybody loves Revolver.
Yeah.
These two guys that were sitting at the bar were just talking about Revolver like 5 minutes ago.
Yeah, because Revolver is the place to go. Like you have the perfect blend of Taiwanese and foreigners. So yeah, it's like a good place. I mean, it's chill. It's not like a club. The music is not loud. You just sit there. Yeah, just chat. I feel I gained a better awareness of different cultures. I gained a better understanding of different communication styles. Because, you usually learn it, but studying itself is not efficient, in my opinion, so you have really to live it.